The richest 1% outlive the poorest 1% by 10 to 15 years, a gap wider than between smokers and non-smokers. In the US, a top 5% earner at age 50 will likely live to 89, while a bottom 5% earner rarely survives past 76. This chasm isn't random privilege. Wealth constructs biological fortresses that repel aging at cellular, systemic, and environmental level. We'll dissect how money rewires your DNA, purchases time, and builds physiological resilience. Stress physiology, cortisol capitalism. Chronic poverty triggers a toxic stress loop. Threatened evictions, food insecurity, and hazardous work flood the body with cortisol 400% more frequently than in high-income individuals. This hormonal cascade shreds telomeres, protective DNA end caps, at twice the normal rate. A landmark Duke University study tracking low CES children found telomeres 40% shorter by age 9, equivalent to 20 years of accelerated aging. Wealth acts as a cortisol firewall. Financial buffers eliminate survival anxiety, while affluent neighborhoods report 62% lower noise pollution, a proven cortisol trigger. The result? The rich maintain telomeres rivaling those 15 years younger. Hi, I'm Eric, and today I'm going to tell you how to use your body better. Enjoy watching, subscribe, and like so as not to lose your knowledge. Epigenetic engineering. Wealth doesn't just buy asset, it reprograms gene expression. High-income individuals show 62% reduced IL-6, inflammatory cytokine driving heart disease cancer. Hyperactivation of FOXO3, the longevity gene repairing cellular damage. Demethylation of SIRT1 pathways, boosting mitochondrial efficiency. Healthcare, the VIP lane. Medical access isn't binary, it operates in privileged tiers. Prevention, the rich get 3x more cancer screenings, e.g. $20,500 full-body MRI, catching tumors at stage 1 78% more often. Treatment, access $500,000 gene therapy, e.g. CAR-T for leukemia, and concierge specialist. Wait times average 72 hours versus 18 weeks for Medicaid patients. Continuity, 92% of high-income patients maintain regular primary care versus 31% of low-income. Annals of Internal Medicine. This compounds brutally. A Harvard-MIT analysis found wealthiest cancer patients survive 17 years longer post-diagnosis than the poorest with identical tumors. Nutritional bioinformatics. The wealthy eat in 4D. Quality, 450% higher omega-3 intake, critical for neuroprotection. Plus, organic, pesticide-free produce lowering toxic burden. Personalization. Nutrigenomic testing tailors diets to ApoE MTHFR gene variants, e.g. avoiding folate if MTHFR mutated. Timing, time-restricted feeding, guided by continuous glucose monitors. Meanwhile, food deserts force the poor into ultra-processed diet, doubling diabetes risk via endocrine-disrupting emulsifiers, carboxymethylcellulose, and advanced glycation end products. Lancet data. Food inequality subtracts 8 disease-free years from low SES lifespan. Environmental immunomodulation. Wealth buys cleaner biology. Air. Homes with HEPA filtration reduce PM2.5 exposure by 87%. Particulates accelerate lung aging. Water. Reverse osmosis systems remove PFAS, forever chemicals linked to thyroid cancer risk. Biophilia. Affluent neighborhoods average 41% green space, lowering cortisol 21% and boosting NK cell immunity. Environmental health perspectives. By contrast, industrial zones, where poverty concentrates, expose residents to lead, asbestos, and NO2 at levels shaving 12 years off lifespans via chronic inflammation. Chronoeconomics buying time. Money converts to temporal capital. Exercise. Affluent professionals average 2H day for fitness versus 20 min for shift workers. Sleep. Temperature-regulated bedrooms plus Oura Ring optimization yield 38 more minutes of restorative deep sleep nightly. Cognitive freedom. Eliminating time poverty allows stress-reducing hobbies, e.g. piano lowers dementia risk 19%. Harvard economists calculate each hour of daily leisure time adds 1.7 years to life expectancy, a luxury the working poor rarely access. Behavioral immunity and social vaccines. Wealthy communities create health-positive ecosystems. Vaccination. 90% flu shot compliance in affluent zip codes does 40% in impoverished areas. Tobacco. Smoking rates are 8% among college grads versus 35% for high school dropouts. Movement. Walkable neighborhoods with safe parks increase moderate activity by 220%. Critically, social cohesion in affluent areas acts as a psychological vaccine. Loneliness, endemic in poverty, carries mortality risk equivalent to 15 cigarettes daily. Cognitive reserve banking. Elite education builds neurological resilience. Ivy League degrees delay Alzheimer's onset by 9 years via increased synaptic density. Lifelong learning, languages, instruments, grows hippocampus volume 3% annually. Financial security prevents depression. a key predictor of dementia, reducing risk 53%. Poverty's chronic stress achieves the opposite. Elevated cortisol atrophies the hippocampus 2.5x faster, eroding cognitive reserves. The longevity industrial complex. The rich treat aging as a maintainable system. Biomarker tracking, 20k/year on Dexcom/Whoop, monitoring insulin, HRV trends. Preventative biotechnology, preemptive stem cell harvesting at 35. 15. Senolytics, participating in trials, clearing zombie cells. These tools compound. A 50-year-old spending 30k annually on longevity tech has biological. Age 11 years younger than same income peers, neglecting optimization. Nature communications. Transgenerational advantage. Wealthy offspring inherit biological head starts. Birth, 90% vaginal delivery versus 40% C-sections in poverty. Seeding protective microbiomes. Infancy, 12 plus months breastfeeding. Lifetime autoimmune risk, 32%. Adulthood, trust funds eliminating financial stress during critical epigenetic windows. This legacy is measurable. Children of the rich show 5.2% longer telomeres at birth than poor counterparts. A gap widening with age. Democratizing longevity. Universal basic health tech. South Korea provides subsidized continuous glucose monitors to all diabetics, slashing complications 64%. Stress reduction infrastructure. Finland's housing first policy cut homeless mortality by 41%. Food sovereignty. Brazil's subsidized farmers markets increased fruit, veg consumption 300% in favelas. Portugal reduced lifespan inequality by 43% via such targeted investments between 2000 and 2020. Individual agency in an unequal system. Proven longevity boosters accessible across incomes. Time shifting. Trade 1H daily scrolling for meal prep adds 8 healthy years. Social prescribing. Join community gardens. Members show 21% lower inflammation. Micro saving. $50 a month towards private health screenings catches 83% of early stage conditions. Maximize 3 pillars: sleep consistency, zone 2 cardio, e.g. brisk walking, and strong social ties. The emerging equity horizon. Technological equalizers on the near future horizon. AI diagnostics. Algorithms now detect tumors from MRIs cheaper, faster than radiologists. Gene therapy. Price caps. CRISPR treatments projected under 10K by 2030. Fasting mimetics, $40 a month senolytics, e.g. quercetin plus dasatinib, replicate elite benefits. The goal? Make the 100-year lifespan accessible to all by 2040 through policy and innovation. Power, privilege, and human rights. Ultimately, longevity inequality reflects agency disparity, the power to control your biological environment. Until systemic reform achieves equity, leverage available science, optimize your microenvironment, build cognitive reserves, and demand policies valuing every life equally. The future of longevity must be inclusive, or it will remain. Thanks for watching. Share your opinion about this and write which video you would like to see, subscribe and like, so as not to lose your knowledge.